Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video.
Baby, you should get to know me. Tapping into that good energy.
In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys dating tips to avoid. I know some of you guys are in the streets and you guys are having fun. You guys are living your best life. I am not in the streets anymore. I have retired. More on that later on in another video. But a lot of things have happened that I feel like a lot of divorces and stuff have happened. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, so many people are breaking up. It just gave me the urge to make this video and make me want to share tips and tricks of what to avoid when dating and when you're out in the streets and making sure that you're good and nobody's playing you. First tip is don't be desperate to settle down. Don't feel like every option is the best option, and don't be too fast to just settle down because you're lonely or you feel like you need emotional attachment. You need someone to be happy. Do not do that. Take your time, date slowly, do it slowly. One thing I realized about healthy relationships, they take a long time, and anything that is rushed never really lasts long. So take your time when you're dating, making sure before you settle it's actually something or someone that you want. Another mistake I've really noticed a lot, especially when I was dating as well, is setting boundaries early. When you go on that first date, take your list with you. Maybe take a picture of your list. I had a list in my diary. Literally, I would check every time I went on a date, or while I'm even talking to the guy, I would check like to make sure that person actually matches what I'm looking for. And if they don't match, I do not go on a second date with them. Do not waste your time on people. Do not just see how it goes when it comes to things that you really need. Write a list, put needs and wants, and make sure out of the 10 needs, if you write a list, write 10 needs and write 10 wants. Out of the 10 needs, at least 7 of them is checked before you even go on a second date with that person. It's always good to set the standard early. Like, don't be the understanding person. Understanding people never ever win. Like, the people that are more controversial, the people that always stand up for themselves are the ones that are living their best lives. Don't be like, oh, I'm just flexible. I'm going to be flexible. Don't be like, well, my list is too long. I need to probably reduce my value or reduce my list a little bit, or try to compromise. Don't compromise on the things you need. If it's something that is important to you, do not compromise. I promise you, you're going to meet someone that's going to love and appreciate that thing that every other person think is so controversial or they cannot handle. The thing about dating that you need to understand, if it doesn't benefit you, if it doesn't serve you, you should not be in that situation. Only date people that will serve you or it will benefit you. If that situation is not benefiting you, you're in the wrong situation. If you are out in the dating scene, you should be literally like a list should be on top of your head. Like, okay, would that benefit me? Check. Would that benefit me? Check. Would that benefit me? Check. It should not be, okay, well, I can work on that. Oh, well, maybe I should understand that. Or maybe I should be flexible about that. No, if it does not benefit you, do not continue because you're going to regret it later on. Speaking of boundaries, and when it comes to setting boundaries, it's not just talking about the things you like and don't like. Make sure you talk about kids. How many kids you want to have? How do you want to raise your children? Talk about family, their family dynamics. What is being family oriented means to them. A lot of people might say, okay, well, I'm really family oriented, but they really don't want their mom living with them when their mom gets old, or when their grandparents get old, they do not want them to move into the house. So all those things are really important things you need to talk about. Like, is it okay for my grandma to move in later on in life in the next 20, 30 years? What do you think about that? What do you think about my brother staying with me for a little bit while he get his life together? What do you think about us moving to our parents' house while we save money? Things like that are things that are really, really important that you need to talk about. And if they have traumas around that and you know that you cannot handle that, and you could also observe if they have traumas around those topics, you could tell the type of person they are. And if they're willing to work on it or are trying to work on their traumas, then you could probably try to be a little bit understanding and try to move forward with them. But if they really have strong opinions about some things, make sure you really pay attention to those things because they will probably come back up later. Another mistake that I've seen a lot of people do is not asking for anything. One thing about men you need to understand is the fact that they love serving. Even the Bible says a man is to provide and protect. If that man is not providing and protecting, and that's one of your really, really core values, you're going to have an issue with that. You're going to have issues with him. You're going to start resenting him. And one thing I've realized is women that are not materialistic are usually the ones always settling. You need to be looking for material. When that man comes to you and tries to date you, he needs to bring material. You need to have substance. He needs to bring something that you can work on. If you just coming in, I saw a video and the lady was saying that, well, a man can take me on a first date to Burger King, or he can just take me to the park, or he can take me for coffee. If you know that is not the type of vibe you're looking for the more of a luxurious vibe, do not settle for those things. If you're the coffee girl, no problems. Okay, there's nothing wrong with coffee. I don't drink coffee. You're not gonna ask a girl like me to go for coffee because I do not drink coffee and I like dressing up. I like to do my makeup. I like to wear a dress, heels, and I like to sit down and have a dinner and talk to you. So girls like me, you're not gonna be like, well, let's go out for drinks or let's go and have coffee. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna slide with me because that's not the type of man I want. And when I envision a relationship and when I envision a date night, I want to actually go on a date and actually sit at a dinner table and have a conversation with you, or just fly me somewhere. You know, things like that. You have to also make sure that you clarify those things from the beginning. And if a guy approach you that's trying to date you and you've already told them the type of things that you like, you've already expressed that, okay, I like this, and they're asking you on a coffee date, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be really unhappy in that relationship because 1, he's not listening to you, and 2, he's not doing the things that you actually like or the things that you want to do. And everybody might say, well, you know, should not be materialistic. You know, money is actually the most important thing in any relationship that you find yourself in. Even if it's a relationship with your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your aunt, your cousin, money is really important in any relationship you find yourself in. So make sure you're not settling. And people always be like, well, you don't have to have money. Your standards are too high. You're da-da-da-da-da. No, yes, you do have to have money because I make my own money and I like a man that spoils me. I like a man that takes me on dates. I like a man that takes me shopping. I like a man that flies me out. I like those type of things. So that's the type of man I'm gonna go and approach, or the type of men I'm gonna actually tolerate. So what I'm saying is only tolerate the people that you think you will actually go forward with and not just settle for anything just because you're trying to fit into what society thinks they know about you. And men do not compromise about the things they like. So why do you have to compromise? Don't compromise. When a man sees something that he likes, if a man tell you, well, I like this type of woman, I like this, I like a big bum, I like a big breast, I like it, they don't compromise. That's the type of women they go for. So if I tell you that I want a rich man or a man that makes enough money to take care of me and pay my bills, why do you have a problem with that? Why do you have an issue with what I want? That's what I want. So if you're the type of girl that you have specific things and needs that you're looking for, don't compromise on those things. Make sure you actually get the things you want. And trust me, you will get them. There's so many guys out here making good money and living your best life, and you will find somebody that is gonna spoil you and do all the things that you want him to do. So don't settle. Don't settle. Another mistake that I've seen a lot of people do is not releasing these men to the public when they don't serve you. If you find a man or if you're dating somebody and they're not doing the things that coincide with the things that you want, release them to the public. You went on a couple dates and it was nice and you start liking him and then he stopped texting you, release him to the public. Please do not text him and ask him if he's okay. He's okay. He's not dead. He's just not interested. Release him to the public. And you need to understand and get to the terms with sometimes it just did not work out, and that's perfectly okay. And if he doesn't like you anymore, that's fine. And sometimes you just got to be okay with the fact that he just does not like you anymore. He might have liked you on the first date, on the second date, but on the third date, he just don't like you anymore. And that's okay. If he doesn't, then bye-bye. Have a great day. There's so many fishes in the sea and I have options. So let him know. Don't let him know. Don't say nothing to him. Like just cold turkey. Don't say nothing. Don't check up on him. One of them girls, I'd be like, hey, are you okay? I haven't heard from you in a while. No. If a man really likes you, he's not going to even give you the chance to ask him if he's okay. So please don't go back trying to follow up like you are his doctor's office. Oh, I'm just trying to show like I'm concerned and I'm nurturing and try to prove yourself. Do not prove yourself. If he's not proving himself to you, it's not worth it. Move on and have a great day. Speaking of going on dates, sometimes you go on a date with a guy and the guy is really great. He looks great on paper. He's just like amazing, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. He's about to go somewhere, and you go on the date and you are just doing amazing. You guys are having a great conversation. Everything is going well. And you think that, oh, the conversation is so amazing. You get along so well. One thing that you have to realize is the reason why that date went well is because your personality is great. You have a great personality. Most of us have worked in customer service. We know how to have conversations. We know how to like draw anyone in. We could literally start a conversation with a bird. Like we're so good at doing that. And you might think that, oh, this is such a great guy. He's such a great catch. And you just think like, this might be my person. No, he's not your person. The date actually went well because you're just a great person and you just have a great and amazing personality. Don't get fooled, guys. Do not get fooled. And also because you just know how to ask all the right questions. You know how to ask the questions that will keep up a conversation. And it's not that because he's a great guy. He's not a great guy. He does not match anything you're looking for, even half of the things you're looking for. But because you guys got along and maybe the sexual chemistry is there, you get confused and you're like, okay, well, this is my person and I'm just going to continue dating person, and then you start having sex with this person, and all of a sudden you're in deep shit. Do not get fooled. Most times, most of these dates that you go on is because you have a great personality. Always have that in the back of your mind. Why is this conversation going on right now? Because I have a great personality. This guy's not really all that. Another mistake that a lot of us do is thinking that the person is a great catch. Nobody is really a great catch. No one is a great catch. When I was going on dates, in the back of my mind, I always felt like, yeah, no one is really a great catch. I never saw a guy like, oh yeah, like this is a 10 out of 10. This is my baby daddy. This is somebody that I will get married to. No. From the onset, I never think like that, because when you think like that, you end up settling and you end up always just compromising on everything. When you start thinking like that, you always end up settling and compromising, because you're going to think that person is on this pedestal and you're here. All of a sudden you feel like, oh my God, I need to be for this person because he's just so amazing. He's just so perfect for me. He will be a great father. He will be a great husband. But no, he's really not. He's just playing mind games with you for you to conform to the woman he really wants you to conform to. Usually, they're narcissists. If you check your past relationships or guys that you've dated, you realize that the 10 out of 10 guys, or the guys that you just feel like they were just perfect bodies, perfect job, narcissistic behavior, they will torture you. They will make you feel like you're nothing. And then when they conform you to the woman they want you to be like, then they will start dealing with you. Another dating mistake is skipping the orientation period. When you start a job, they give you at least 30 or 60 days, right? To like get to know you and see if you're fit for the position. No job will give you access to everything and make you just know everything around the office right away. They give you step-by-step like manuals of what to do next. And when this happened, this is what you do. When this happened, this is what you do. That's what you do in a relationship. You don't just automatically, you start dating this man, or say for example, you meet a guy and all of a sudden you start saving his number. Do not save any man's number till after 30 days. I will even say 60 days, 2 months. Don't save his number. Have his number unsaved, because when you save that number, it's so much harder to unsave it, or like to change the name or to delete the number. It's so much harder. If somebody really likes you, they're going to be on top of the threads that you see right there every single day. You're going to see them on top every single day. So do not save that number. You don't need to save that number. Don't save the number. Just make sure before you text back, you read the conversation before you text back, so you know, like texting another person a conversation that you're having with somebody else. So yeah, make sure you do not save that number. Do not have sex with him. Do not go to his house. Do not talk too much about your family stuff or the things that your family have planned. Do not do none of that. Just keep it surface level. Like, even though you're doing like more of a deep dive orientation and making sure like if that person is really your person, however, keep it surface level. Don't go too deep, especially the first 30 to 60 days. Try to get to know the person first and see if they actually fit the type of man that you're looking for, or the type of person in general that you want around your space. While that man is in the orientation period, the 30 to 60 days period, when you guys just started dating, do not offer anything. Don't offer to pay anything on a date. Do not offer to schedule or plan any date, any trips. Oh yeah, let's go to Mexico and I'm gonna pay for the flights and you pay for the hotel. Do not do that. Please do not do that. Do not pay for anything. Don't offer anything. Let that man offer everything the first 30 to 60 days. After that, when you guys have skipped that level of like orientation, you kind of know, okay, this is the person that I kind of like. I like him a little bit. And at that point, you're probably already had sex. You can then go ahead and offer stuff. You can then plan dates and say, okay, let me take you to the movies today, or let's go somewhere. Let's go on a trip and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Even that, no, don't even offer that until they're your boyfriend, like boyfriend, and you know that they've had your back. They've like held you down a while, for a long time. Then you can kind of be like, okay, well, let me treat you to something. But why are you treating him to anything? Like, what has he done that you actually treating him to or treating him for? Does not make sense. Another mistake. You see these 10 out of 10 guys, the ones that just look perfect on paper. They're just chef's kiss, amazing. They have a nice job, have a nice body, have a nice apartment, Please make sure you don't feed into their ego. Usually you see or you notice that they will start talking a lot about themselves or talk about how amazing they are. Don't feed into their ego. Do not feed into anything that is coming just boom out of the mouth. Feed into actions and things that are non-spoken. Things like how they react when they're upset. Are they problem solvers? How do they talk to their family? When their mom calls, what is their reaction? Are they excited to talk to their family? Do they help their family out? Like, make sure that the person you're dating actually matches with the principles and morals that you have and the things that you can just not compromise on. Please make sure that you don't feed into their ego about the things they just say out of their mouth. They might be thinking really bad things in their heart, but when they talk, it just sounds so sweet and amazing. Please don't fall for it. Do not feed into their ego. Don't feed into all the stuff that they talk. Focus on the actions. For you independent women out there, the ones that, oh, I'm independent, I don't depend on a man, I don't that's a dating trauma. Find somebody you can depend on. If you are dating and you're saying, well, I don't depend on anyone, I can do everything by myself, I don't know, I don't need any man in my life, I'm just dating because I just want to have sex, I just want to that's actually disturbing. When I hear that and when I see all these independent women, it just traumatizes me. It just makes me feel like, who hurt you? That is making you feel like you should not get help from men. Women like that, men run away from you because a lot of men out here, they want to help you. They want to be a part of your life. Like they want to actually be and hold your hand, make people feel like, yeah, like we were part of this journey together, like the good ones, not the ones that are telling you, I want an independent woman. When you see a man, when a man tells you, I want an independent woman, they actually mean they want a woman that they can split the rent with. They want a woman that's going to be cooking for them at least 5 days a week. They want a woman that can just have sex with them whenever they want. They want a woman that don't ask them for anything. That's what is independent. When these Gen Z men say that, run. It's a big problem. Please do not fall for it. And yeah, you will enjoy your dating life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, concern about anything I said, please comment down below. If you want to add more dating tips as well for anyone else that is out here in the streets dating, please comment down below. And thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.